Welcome to the University of Melbourne information session. My name is Hamish Dunn and I'm the Regional Manager for Hong Kong. Today I'm going to talk to you about the University of Melbourne, the programs we offer, accommodation and entry requirements for the programs here at the university. So let's get started. So Melbourne is located a short flight away from Hong Kong. We're located around 8 hours from Hong Kong by direct flight. So it's nice and easy to get to university and go home during the holiday period. Sometimes Australia gets forgotten when it comes to world innovations. Australia has actually stamped its authority on the world in terms of innovation in recent years, whereas there's innovations that have come out of Australia due to our strong education system that over 1 billion people around the world rely on a daily basis. Things that have changed the world and things that we use every single day, and I'm quite certain some of you will probably be using this today. One such example is Maps, Google Maps. The platform that Google Maps currently operates from was actually an invention or a discovery or innovation that came out of Australia. Another one that we often use these days is Wi-Fi. I know I rely on Wi-Fi, particularly when I go overseas and travel and don't have a local SIM. Wi-Fi is an invention that has actually come out of Australia, and it's a real testament to the strong education system, the open and free thinking methodologies in learning that we utilise here in Australia. The Australian education system does have a quality assurance. So for over 20 years, we've led the way in putting in place procedures, whether it be through acts or services, authorities or agencies, to ensure that students who come from overseas receive a high level or a high quality education that's expected when you're paying a lot of money to go and study overseas. This also ensures that every program in Australia, particularly at the University of Melbourne, meets those government standards. So a little bit about Melbourne itself, and then we'll go and talk to you about the programs we offer. So Melbourne consistently gets voted the world's most livable city. So up until 2007, we were voted the world's most livable city, and we were voted as #1. Currently, from 2007 through 2019-20, we're currently sitting at the second world's most livable city. So there's a lot of things to do here. There's a lot of places to go and enjoy and see. The people here are very multicultural. It's a great hub for culture and music, arts and sport. There's citizens from over 200 countries. When I walk down the city of Melbourne, one thing that strikes me is the different faces that I see as I walk down. And that's something that actually I noticed when I visited Hong Kong for the first time, is that it is quite a multicultural city. We're the 5th safest city in the world. So this is something that students perhaps overlook when they're choosing a destination to go and study, but something that parents are very aware of. So we are a very safe city, and students find Melbourne very easy to get around, particularly given that our train bus networks are quite extensive throughout Melbourne. We have trams and buses that deliver you to school, so they go directly to the university campus. We're currently building an underground train terminal at the university as well, so soon the university will be directly serviced by the train network. We have in Melbourne the highest number of cafes and restaurants per capita than any city in the world, which is quite surprising. Melburnians, very, I wouldn't say picky, but they like good food and they like good coffee. And given that we're such a cosmopolitan city, we have people from all around the world, we have restaurants that represent those cultures from all around the world. Plus there's a lot of other places you can go to try out new cuisine. There's over 3,000 live music performances every week. So there's always something to do outside of university, which is always a good thing to make sure that you look after your social and your mental well-being outside of university. The temperature here is quite temperate. Around 26 degrees, 27 degrees is the average temperature during the summertime. It's a dry heat, so it's not humid, so it's very easy to get by. During the winter time, the average is around 13, so it doesn't get particularly cold. There is a breeze that comes off the bay that drops the temperature, feels like temperature down probably to around 10 degrees, but it's quite reasonable during the winter time. We're very close to beaches, skiing and other activities, so it's either a train or bus ride to get to the beaches, skiing, and maybe something like bushwalking or camping if that's what you would like to do in your spare time. So this is an image of our city. Melbourne University campus is right on the doorstep of Melbourne CBD, or the Central Business District, and the campus is just here. So it's a very big campus, and we are around a 10-minute walk to the centre of the city. So not very far to go and experience some of those cafes and restaurants or live music venues that we were talking about earlier. The top left-hand corner is the South Bank campus. This is right in the heart of Melbourne's art and culture district. And this is where we have our campus for fine arts and music. So we are an old institution. I think we are the second oldest institution in Australia at 165 plus years old. We're affiliated with over 100 research centres and institutes, and there's 50,000 current students at the university spanning across undergraduate, postgraduate and research. We have a very wide network of alumni. So when you graduate, you'll be a part of this alumni network. 385,000 or more alumni have currently graduated from the University of Melbourne. Half of our student cohort are graduate students, so we have a very even balance between undergraduate and postgraduate or graduate students here at the university. And we have students from over 130 countries around the world. We're ranked #1 in Australia, and we're ranked number 32 in the world. So we actually are ranked up there with some of the world's highest ranking and well-regarded universities worldwide in the US and in the UK. And we're #1 for research expenditure in Australia. So we have a very strong research base, and a lot of that knowledge that we generate through research is then conveyed back through our lectures and onto our students. So the content that you're learning is very current. We're the #1 in Australia for employer reputation and #7 for graduate employability. So our graduates don't find it hard to seek out work. A lot of our graduates find work within the first 4 months of graduating. So employers in Australia and around the world know the quality that they're getting when they employ or hire a student who's graduated from the University of Melbourne. We have over 250 organisations that actively recruit students on our campus every year. So often students don't need to go any further than our campus in order to find employment. Now, the structure of our degrees at the University of Melbourne is slightly different to some other degrees that you may be familiar with. So we call this the Melbourne model. To explain that, I've got a diagram on the screen here for you. So first, you would complete high school in Hong Kong, or you would go to an international school, so IB, for example, in Hong Kong to gain direct entry into our undergraduate programs. We have a range of undergraduate programs that offer over 100 specialisations. So to specialise in a particular area of study and to become a professional in that area of study, you would start at an undergraduate level, you would choose a major to specialise in that particular area, and then you would go on to do a graduate degree to specialise further and gain your accreditation for industry. So I'll try to demonstrate that in 2 more slides. So you do a 3-year undergraduate degree, and then if you want to be something like an engineer or a doctor, you would then go on to do a graduate degree. So these are the undergraduate degrees that we offer. So if you want to be a doctor, you do a Bachelor of Biomedicine or perhaps a Bachelor of Science. If you would like to be an architect, they are Bachelor of Design. If you want to be a lawyer, you can choose any one of those. If you would like to work in business, a Bachelor of Commerce and so on. There's over 100 areas of specialisation that we offer as part of the undergraduate programs. So why would you do an undergraduate program and then go on to do a graduate degree with the University of Melbourne to study? Why wouldn't I just do a bachelor degree at another institution? We have over 400 courses to choose from at a graduate level, so there's a wide variety of choices that you can choose from. So our programs are very flexible, allowing you to choose a number of different programs at a graduate level. So you might choose to change your direction during your bachelor degree, and we offer that flexibility to do so. On average, Australians earn $26,000 more if they graduate with a master's degree than those who graduate with a bachelor degree. So there's also a financial incentive, and it allows you to specialise in a professional degree. So you'll graduate with a bachelor degree and a master level degree, which is recognised both locally and internationally. So this is an example of how you might become an architect or an engineer or a lawyer or a dentist. So you do your 3-year bachelor degree followed by a master degree in that particular specialisation. And similarly for someone who'd like to be a doctor or a psychologist, teaching, veterinary medicine. These are just some examples. There are many more combinations that you can choose at the University of Melbourne, and you're welcome to contact me or your education agent to seek further information or clarity. The entry requirements to get into our bachelor degrees are on the screen in front of you. So for students doing the Hong Kong DSE, we have those entry requirements there, and for IB students. For fine arts and music, it's a range of criteria used for selection. And the reason is these programs are based on students' talent. So your proficiency in an instrument or your proficiency in dance or your proficiency in something like video or TV production. So it's about your talent, not about your overall score from high school. If your curriculum didn't offer English, or you didn't do an English program as part of your high school curriculum, you may need to do something like an IELTS or a TOEFL to meet our English language requirements, which are on screen in front of you. How to apply? It's quite easy. You can apply directly to the university online, so you can find the program on our website you'd like to apply for and click on the Apply Now button, and it will take you through the steps. Alternatively, if you'd like you can use one of our overseas representatives to apply for the program. Often our overseas representatives will provide additional services that will assist you in applying, getting your application through. They have a point of contact with the university and can help you with obtaining a student visa to study in Australia. Next, we'll have a look at scholarships and then accommodation. So we have merit-based scholarships for both bachelor degree students and master degree students. They're often fee remission scholarships, and they're based on your grades. So you can get potentially a scholarship if you've got good grades. You're automatically considered for most of our scholarships. There are some scholarships you may need to apply for. So for living costs, perhaps studying overseas or humanitarian, you may be required to submit an application. And the website is there for you on screen. Accommodation. We offer a range of accommodations. Student colleges are the most common for bachelor students. We guarantee every bachelor student who gets an offer at the University of Melbourne accommodation for 2020 and beyond. We also have student apartments which are run by the university. Students do need to be a little bit more self-sufficient in student apartments. We offer homestay, student hostels and share housing, and the website to get further information or assistance in finding accommodation is on the screen in front of you. That's all from me. You can contact me, my contact details are on screen, or you can speak with your education agent regarding anything that I've talked about today. Remember, it's very easy to apply for a bachelor degree at the university. We just look at your grades. There's no personal statement. There's no reference that is required, simply just your grades. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you on campus soon.